Travis Wayne Gazelle. Here we go with yet another one. According to my spiritual witness, I gotta do it, Mormons. Have no choice. Gotta save you, as many as will hearken. And skipping lunch, it appears. Alright, so. Oh man, I was supposed to. I'm back. Had to get the sign in the heavens that we're going to be talking about today. And if I were to try it during the playing of the recording of the video, I would stop my recording. So, oh, yeah, there it is. New Israelites in Vermont began the end of the 1700s by Nathaniel Wood, and it was Jewish Kabbalah, and made prophecies of the end of the world, an apocalypse, destroying angel of the Danites, which is how they knew. On 14th of January, 1802, those who were members were to gather at the little meeting house where they congregated and be safe and protected from the destroying angel. However, the surrounding neighbors and their neighborhood watch were a little scared, and the militia was called in to break it up, and so thus ended the New Israelites. And Wikipedia does not inform you of the actual connection to the Church of Joseph Smith. Instead, they focus on wrong stuff. But they do mention that the Smiths were Congregationalists, not Presbyterian, not Baptist, not Methodist, not a drunken bum who wasn't religious. Jewish Kabbalah. But they focus on the dowsing part. Because Joseph Smith and his rocking a hat. No, guys. No. 9/11/1826. Because this is what we's talking about today. Right now. So, on July 14th, which I had to center it, so it's 30 minutes into 15th. But nonetheless, this is what they would have seen that evening. The moon was to the top of the horn of Taurus. It's 11 days old. And there was the Geminids and the mortal twin, and then the Cancerids in Cancer next to the Beehive cluster, Church of Jesus Christ, Latter-day Saints. And then Jupiter and Saturn were like right there close together in the belly of the lion. And then you've got December Leonis Minorids and the Craterids down to the south. So apparently somehow he figured that this was a sign in the heavens of the destroying angel. So Joseph Smith Sr. had to to rewrite the 116 pages when Junior let him get stolen by Martin Harris. And so came the Book of Mormon, as we now have it, because of 9/11, 1826, Canandaigua, New York. And in the Joseph Smith translation, which was payment to Signe Rigdon for writing the majority of the Book of Mormon, we get this Jewish Kabbalah from Joseph Smith Sr. And there appeared a great sign in heaven. This is Revelation chapter 12. In the likeness of things on the earth. And then verse 5 is moved to verse 3 to be part of this sign. Of Virgo clothed with the sun. Middle of September to the middle of October. And the moon under her feet, which going around the earth 19.4 days. We've narrowed it down to 1 day. And a crown of 12 stars on her head, which means 3 planets of the 5 visible planets are in Leo. And she's pregnant. Immaculate conception in space with Jupiter, because Jupiter retrogrades for a pregnancy period. And so there's 1 of the 5 visible planets, and so we're now down to 3 of 4 in Leo. And thus, we know that Joseph Smith Sr. knew about the date of the latter days of the apocalypse. After Nathaniel Wood's failure, because of 9/11, 1826, and the need to write the Book of Mormon and get it published, not have somebody steal it from Joseph Jr., who was just babysitting him, because he wanted to be a part of it. Instead, we see they knew of an apocalyptic date, of a day that shall burn as an oven, too, and the final day of the latter days. And so, he knows, because he put, and she brought forth a man-child, Jupiter, who shall rule all nations with the Book of Mormon. The iron rod is the word of God. And her Jupiter was caught up to Saturn in Ophiuchus. We know he knew the date of the start of the ministry of the Latter-day Mormon. Section 103 of 16, if you're brand new. And so, 23rd September 2017. 3 days after the New Year of the Jews. 3rd day. And so the Book of Mormon likewise confirms this. This was Joseph Smith Sr. He was the one who knew Jewish Kabbalah. And we go down to Lehi's second vision, which is an exact pattern as the Joseph Smith history second vision. Because Lehi is having a vision of the sign in the heavens. And so there's Saturn sitting in Ophiuchus. And he sees Emmanuel, Jupiter. That's sun at noonday, Emmanuel. And 12 others following. The condescending Jesus, born of Mary. That Nephi has his second vision of. I just repeat the pattern for you over and over again and hope you figure it out, because people are trying to murder them. That's why Joseph had to go on hiatus for a whole year. No translation, Joseph. Naughty, naughty. It allowed for Sidney Rigdon to put in the record of Lehi, and then, I guess I've got more time. Let's put in some of the writing letters of my father, Mormon, and we still have more time until a marvelous work and a wonder is about to come forth among the children of men. Which they still hadn't. Joseph Smith was still on timeout. He still was not allowed to rewrite the Book of Mormon and continue on to the end. So finally, 1.5 months with Oliver Cowdery, because Section 10 is the wrong year. It's 1829, not 1828. Confirmed in the Joseph Smith papers. Sorry, Bruce, your deception has failed. Bruce R. McConkie. And so, then the 12 stars in Leo. And so, yes, like I said, the exact same pattern as the second vision. He had taught Junior all about this, taught him about Jewish Kabbalah. And so you have Sign in the Heavens, which is 23rd September 2017, which is the birth of Christ, and other story forms symbolizing the event. It's not literal history, it's the learning of the Jews. The 10 Commandments of Moses orders you not to worship Jesus. Did you listen and obey? Or did you go to church today? And there's abominations for the great and abominable church. They that come shall burn the Mormons. 22 days. Trying to save your lives. You won't listen. You won't hearken. You don't believe. You still worship Jesus. Still going to church today. And my thumbs downer, who's been stalking me for years with his hate of putting a thumbs down on every single video. It's awesome today because I know now that he goes to church and gets out at 1 p.m. And so after 1 p.m., he then goes right to his cell phone to find my videos and put the thumbs down that he missed. And so it's 12:40 right now. We still have 20 more minutes before he'll get out of church. And so it's awesome. All these videos I'm doing, 100% thumbs up. It's awesome. And I know he lives in southern Utah, down in the Cedar City area, because of the power outage that Cedar City had. All that day and into the next day, I'm like, where is he? What's going on? It was because of the power outage. Hilarious. See, computer technology, if you catch on, you can figure things out. You can find out who's stalking you. Somebody's watching me. Could that be the theme song in the description below? I don't know. And so, sadly, the church does not reference the Joseph Smith history with this. Because they don't want you to know. The Book of Mormon's not literal history either. And as I went over with you today, Jesus tells you, I'm a fake. I'm not real. Hilarious. 3rd Nephi, 2023, which is what this bicentennial year is. And so, Joseph Smith likewise has a dream. Emmanuel comes to him, gives him a Book of Mormon about the destruction of Mormons. And so he's saying, Mormons, you gotta hearken to your Christ, Emmanuel, in the latter days, in 2023, before the day that shall burn as an oven, and they that come shall burn you. And yet, the great and abominable church tampered with Joseph Smith scriptures, Joseph Smith Bibles, and turned them into a stumbling block for Mormons. And now Mormons interpret them with Christian goggles with Jesus. Because that's the great and abominable church. And so, yeah, going to be destroyed. And so Joseph Smith had his Urim and Thummim on his breasts to see the signs in the heavens. That's what that's about. And he tells you, Urim and Thummim, because it's to see the signs in the heavens. The star dates of the future. And you thought it was for translating by the gift and power of God the gold plates, which were Knights Templar, which were about the Holy Grail, which is the bloodline descendant of King David. So yeah, it's one and the same. As he tells you who your Christ is, and it's the Jewish Christ and the learning of the Jews, and thus he's going to be a Mormon in Brigham Young's Great and Abominable Church of the inverted pentagram of Lucifer. And so, yeah, exact same pattern. And here, all because Nathaniel Wood botched the date for Armageddon. And so Senior had to step up and go, this is what it is. All because of 9/11, 1826.